Radio check. Anybody copy? Hey everyone, I'm Alice Cunny Glenn. Welcome to my very first, very new, super exclusive Coffee and Quaq podcast episode. If you're listening in now, congratulations on finding me. Props to you. I puggle you over the airwaves. Anyway, welcome home. This is your magical go-to place to relax, hang up your parka, bust out the quack, and solve the world's problems one podcast episode at a time. I am your host, Alice Cunny Glenn. Coffee and Quaq is a weekly podcast I created to celebrate and explore all aspects of contemporary native life in urban Alaska. Urban Alaska, you ask? Yeah, for all you city natives out there. But you don't have to be in the city to be a city native in your mind. It's totally a mindset. That's my little gem for you guys today. The mission of Coffee and Quaq is to share the collective experience of being a young native kid in urban Alaska. The goal of this podcast is to hold a microphone up to the generation of Alaska Natives who continue practicing cultural traditions, but also thoroughly enjoy modern commodities like Mario Kart, iPhones, Tang, the good stuff. Some of you might call them millennials. Coffee and Quaq. Coffee to keep the native kids woke, and quack to examine our topics through an Alaska Native lens. Quack is the Inupiaq word for frozen or raw meat and fish. So, coffee to represent our contemporary and alert side, and quack to represent our cultural connection and soulful side. It's a great time to be alive. We're going to be exploring and discussing topics like traditional Inuit tattooing, native foods, Eskimo versus Inuit word usage, LGBTQ in the native community, and whatever other topics you guys are all interested in discussing. Each episode, I will be interviewing local Alaska Natives. We've got Inupiaqs, we've got Yupiks, we've got Athabascans, we've got them all, folks. The Alaska Native perspective is a unique one, but what I'm doing is not unique. For thousands of years, our people have gotten together at kitchen tables, out camping, at church and boardrooms, at bars, at fish camp, at whale camps, everywhere. And we got together to discuss things like serious issues, funny stories, solutions to problems, maybe to bitch and moan. And since I moved back from college, I've been participating in the same thing, the same gatherings, the same discussions. Alaska Native people have really amazing stories, so much to say, and a truly unique perspective than the rest of the world. I thought, why not share that? Why not make these stories and perspectives accessible and give our generation a microphone and see what happens? So that's how Coffee and Quaq came to be. You can find the link to the podcast on my website, www.coffeeandquaq.com. Quaq is spelled Q-U-A-Q, and coffee, if you can't spell that, I really can't help you. I have a Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, Stitcher. I have them all. So all you have to do is just search Coffee and Quaq on any of those avenues of media to access the podcast episodes. My first real episode is about traditional Inuit tattooing, and I interview Holly Nordlum, who is an artist and traditional Inuit tattooist, and Charlene Apuk, who is a researcher for a tribal health organization, and not surprisingly, both have traditional Inuit tattoos. I'll be posting a new podcast episode every Monday, so follow me on social media, subscribe to my podcast, or don't, it's up to you. Coffee and Quaq, feed the mind, awaken the soul, drink the Kool-Aid, Tevra.